Folks, how's everybody doing today? My name is Timmy. You're watching the goofiest, most uneducated, dumbest investor on the internet. I only buy stocks that go down. I only buy magic boxes that go to zero. And I only buy overprinted Lego sets that are guaranteed to do nothing except make you sad on the inside. Sit back, relax. Ironically, this isn't a Lego video today. I just wanted to bamboozle and do a bait and switch on you guys. I was just doing inventory over here and moving some things and building an extra shelf or two and kind of correcting a few inventory things. I want to just stop, take a breather. I actually want to talk to you guys about Magic the Gathering today. Okay, so biggest news in the industry in the last 24 hours. Wizards of the Coast has announced they are reprinting Wilds of Eldraine set boxes. And there's a lot of happening with it. So, I'll give you all my opinion. I'll be honest, I'm kind of excited about it. As you all know, I only sold the $93 draft boxes of Wilds. I never really had access and was able to get a ton of Wilds of Eldraine set boxes. Like, even the patrons know, that was never really one of the sets. We made a video about a month ago or 3 weeks ago. Because if you guys noticed, remember, Wilds of Eldraine set boxes broke $200. They were like $195 plus tax. That's like $212 shipped for a set box. Now again, like I discussed with you guys, well, when the collector boxes are like $600, I mean, I guess the draft and set are going to go up similar proportions, right? So I never really was able to sell you guys or talk about the set boxes as much because, well, they were always either out of stock or they weren't on open order or available to get a lot. So now I'm like, wow, we actually finally have a chance. So I put a request in for like 2 pallets of Wild set. Now, I'm not sure if it's already been printed and they're just trying to feel it out and everybody's going to get what they get. I don't know if they're gauging how much demand is to print to demand. I have no idea the details, but I at least want to let everybody know, yes, the rumors are true. They are reprinting Wild sets. Yes, that probably means the handful of you guys, when we talked about it before, who bought on TCG Player for $200 plus tax, you're probably going to lose money. I would expect the box prices to drop back down to that 120 to 150 range. But depends on actually, like, can I just request 5,000 boxes and get 5,000 boxes of Wild set? Like, are they going to print 50,000 boxes and annihilate it? I feel like this is going to be... I feel like this is like a 10,000 box reprint. I do think the reprint's real. I don't think this is leftover stock. That's Rudy's opinion. Because it's been out of stock for so long, and we've all talked about it for so long. I mean, like I told you guys, I was able to sell the Wilds collectors at launch. I ran a few clearance sales that nobody wanted on the collectors. And then I had for patrons, I had the $93 draft for Wilds for what? 12 to 18 months? Or no, I think it was 12 to 14 months. That one wasn't as long. And that was it. So, I think this presents a very interesting opportunity for anybody out there who's like me, and we never had a large position in the set boxes. I think this is actually a very interesting situation. If we do see a large reprint, let's assume the worst. Let's assume they do a massive reprint, annihilates the set boxes back down to like 120. Okay, I don't remember what. It's been so long. What was, because set boxes were like 15% more than draft. So what was store costs on set? Was it 100? Was it 110? Or am I thinking play boxes were 120? I can't remember what was what on there. Let me check. I'm curious now. Hang on, everybody. Yep. Okay. Sorry, everybody. I want to check. Draft was 90. A good rule of thumb to make even math. Draft was 90. Set was around 100. And then, of course, oh my God. Draft was 90. Set was between 100 and 110. And then the new play boxes, depending where you buy them from, are 120 to 130. That's what it was. So, everybody wanted to know my opinion. They want to know if I'm going to run like a patron sale. Am I going to pump and dump your stepsister? That's really going to dictate of how much the print run is, everybody. I mean, I requested a couple pallets. If I'm able to get all of it, I'm going to keep one for me. I'm going to sell and offer you guys a pallet. I don't know if the price is the same. I'm assuming they're not marking the price up. Distributors, I don't think are going to do that. It's not Pokemon, right? I wonder how much this will drop the price of the set box. Because there were a lot of people who were buying a TCG player for 200 plus tax. Like this should, it could go all the way back down to 120, 130. But I don't know. This is tough to say because like look at the commander decks, okay? Like look at like Bloomborough Commanders and Lord of the Ring Commander. The opportunity for that right now, like Bloomborough Commander deck sets, like how people right now aren't going on TCG player going, wow, 160, okay, 175 with tax. That seems really good. These were like, wait, these things were like $300 before the reprint for Bloomborough, for the commander decks. Same thing with Lord of the Rings. They were like $250 to $300 for a deck set. And, you know, we got this reprint, and I'm like, man, that's probably a pretty good idea to deploy money and go into some of these things. So that's usually how this stuff works, everybody. Is, you know, in the Pokemon world, when they reprinted all those base sets and Mr. P and Paradox, all these things had these big hits. And then, of course, years ago, when Evolution's XY era, and of course, Sun Moon era, and of course, the new Scarlet Violet. No matter what era it is, Sword and Shield, Chilling Reign, whenever we have these reprints, these are the times to be greedy. You don't have to buy from Rudy. You don't have to be Rudy patron and send me a message. No. These are the times to be greedy. If you believe in the product, if you like the particular theme or lore or flair of the set, these are the moments when the internet says, oh yeah, look at the graph, it's going straight down. They just did a big reprint, you know, for whoever bought it, TCG player for 200 plus tax. Like, you know, these are the moments that are going to generate a lot of interesting situations. Because a lot of us, like I told you all, a lot of us missed out. I have 0 wild set boxes. If you're a patron, I don't even know if I ever even offered a wild set box sale. Maybe at release date I had a little bit for like the 110, 120 a box thing. I literally, like, I'm thrilled about this, and I think a lot of you all out there should be. Now again, some people who bought at the $200 price point a TCG player, you're going to get pounded. Chuck Norris is going to hit you in the face. But it's not going to, like I said, they announced like a final reprint. Okay? That, like, the draft boxes are still not being reprinted unless they reverse the out-of-print nature of that. The collector boxes are one and done unless somehow they say, sorry, we're going to reprint collector boxes. Like, these other things haven't changed. And some of you asked, well, Rudy, why did they choose to reprint set boxes instead of draft boxes? I don't understand it. That's actually a pretty simple answer, everybody. It's profitability and margin. If I was a Hasbro Board of Directors person, or if I was a Wizards of the Coast corporate person, and I was into a meeting and I was eating my Chick-fil-A waffle fries, and they said, well, Rudy, we need some Wilds of Eldraine. The market's dry, still in standard, blah, blah, blah. What do we do? And I would immediately say, well, we don't reprint collector boxes. It'll destroy the market and our credibility. Okay. Okay, draft or set. Well, I would do exactly what they did. I would always reprint the set over the draft. It's less packs. It's cheaper to reprint. And the company gets an additional 10-20% profit margin compared to selling draft boxes. If a distributor pays Wizards of the Coast, I don't know, $80 a box for a draft box. That's how much maybe Wizards gets paid. Let's make an even number. These are all made up. Nothing's legitimate. And if they print X amount of pallets, well, draft boxes are bigger than set boxes. So less boxes per pallet for logistics and shipping costs. Number two, well, set boxes have less packs per box. Again, less actual cardboard to produce, less actual cost of the foil, the ink, everything. So if I was a board of directors or a Wizard of the Coast person, I would say you need to do the set boxes. We make more profit. Okay? I wouldn't say, well, this box is 200 on TCG Player and the draft is 150. I would just literally pick the path that makes the company the most profit. And I know a lot of you guys out there, especially a lot of you guys who are very, game piece army, good. I'm glad everybody loses money and Rudy's going bankrupt and all the things he said was wrong. I guess, did we say anything wrong? We'll assume everything I said was wrong. That narrative is always going to be the narrative. And that's okay, because the people like that, well, they don't get any mouth hugs. And honestly, I'd be upset too. If every day you're very angry, well, that's a sad life to live. And hopefully one day you get happier with your life. But in this situation, I think the company chose the set box because I don't think did they ever actually say set boxes were out of print? Not collectors or draft, set. I don't know if they did. Can someone give me any links or information? Did they ever? I don't know if Wizards specifically ever stated that the set boxes were actually out of print. Like, the more I think about it, I don't think they really did. Because I never really followed the set boxes. I don't have a good answer to that, guys. Because the set boxes to me were always, because I could never get enough of them. I never really ran many patron sales. I never, on all the different set box sets, it was always something that was kind of that in-between era, you know? So that's my attitude towards it. It will impact the single card prices also, by the way. So a lot of the chase single cards, if the print run is significant, it will put downward pressure on the singles for, well, I guess the game piece army, the standard people, and stores holding single cards from this particular set they're going to take a hit. It is what it is. I think that's about it. I really wanted to discuss this whole reprint for the set box thing. I think it was worthy enough to kind of think about why did they choose set versus draft or collector. And of course, you know, people are wound up because a lot of people spent a lot of money on the set boxes on TCG Player. And I don't think it's really a panic thing. If you are a big collector or evil investor in kind of the anti-game piece army because you actually want the money you use in this world to have value, I actually think this would be our last moment. I almost feel like this is our last, kind of like a last-ditch effort. This is our last hurrah if we want anything Wild to Eldraine related. I still prefer draft boxes. They're still out of print. Maybe they backpedal on that. Maybe they reverse an out of print. I don't know if they've done that. Maybe that's, but I don't think that's really going to happen here. I think the focus needs to be, well, set boxes and Eldraine. That's pretty much, they went after it and they're going to take a little piece of money. But past that, I mean, we're all still waiting to get more Foundations in Bloomborough, and you got Final Fantasy. You got all these products coming out. I don't think they're going to go back and focus on a lot of this stuff. So, that's the Rudy's opinion here. I think it's a definite opportunity. This is a classic, going to be the buy the dip opportunity. Or if you've never actually had any of it, or you're not sitting on any, like me and probably most of my patrons, because we never really did the set boxes, I think this is going to be our time. And like I told you guys, I did request a lot, a couple pallets worth, so a couple thousand boxes, and I don't know if I'm going to get filled. I know distributors are taking orders and they're kind of questioning the kind of thing. I don't know if they're just kind of taking feelers. I don't know if it's already printed. We don't have specifics, so it's very vague. I do know historically in the past, Phyrexia, all be 69 draft, Ixalan draft, you know, Wilds Eldraine draft, all these other all these normal draft boxes, usually last calls and different things. They usually don't reverse that kind of thing. It's usually a pretty firm situation. So I think this is almost want to say like a blessing in disguise for a lot of us who actually want to have some product of this for long term. I don't even think I ever opened a set box on camera for Wilds. Did I ever open a Wilds Eldraine set box? I don't think I did. I know we did collectors in the past. I know we did Wilds draft. I don't know if I ever did the set box. I don't know. So that's about it, folks. Other news going on, just to kind of refresh everyone where we're at here. This is being filmed. We're in the middle of April of 2025. Stock market, President Trump, tariffs, things like that are very volatile. A lot of fear and uncertainty, a lot of emotion, anger in the world. Everything's very every day you don't know what's going to happen. The stock market could be up 1,000, down 1,000, up 2,000, down 2,000. We have no idea. This is being filmed in a very volatile time period. The CCG world does continue to be very, very resilient. I am seeing absolutely no weakness in the Pokemon world. The only Pokemon product that has pretty much gone down from its all-time high is the newest product, Journey Together, which is about 25% off its all-time high at release date. Every other set from older Sword and Shield era to Scarlet Violet, I have not seen any actual major selling pressure at all. Most of those products across the board in Pokemon are at all-time highs, or literally within a couple percent of their all-time high, which is defined as market noise, in my opinion. Magic, we're still, ladies and gentlemen, Magic is absolutely on fire. Collector boxes are just like their weight in gold. We are seeing the draft boxes continue to go up quite a bit also, and demand for play boxes, Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro continue to struggle to keep enough availability for play boxes. I mean, I've got 3,000-4,000 boxes of Bloomborough play on order for all you guys and the patrons, you know, for my 118 shipped. I'm not raising the price. I know they're 150 online. Yeah, so I'm still waiting on those pallets to arrive. Hopefully within 30-45 days that comes back. I do have Foundations play back in stock for you guys. Same 118 ship, just like always, just like Duskborn 118, Thunder Junction 118. No hidden fees. I pay your PayPal. I pay the shipping. And that's about it there. Pretty soon we're going to have to convert over to talking about Final Fantasy. I just ran the Weiss Nikki, the old Nikki girls in Weiss, and oh my god, that's been... I warn you all right now, if you like Weiss and you want graded cards or anything, premiercardgrading.com. Rudy has 69% ownership, and we are booming. Thank you so much for you guys enjoying my short videos. We have been hitting record sales volume and card grading week over week and month after month. Thank you guys so much. Absolutely been so much fun. But yeah, as far as the Weiss stuff, absolutely. I think the Goddess of Victory set, Nikki girls, are probably going to be the hottest set of the year. And it's probably going to continue to skyrocket. They're probably going to announce a silver signature reprint version of the set. And holy smokes, I've never seen demand like that for a Weiss set. Unfortunately, I'm fully sold out, so don't be a patron and message me for Nikki boxes. I don't have any. Literally, the patrons blew me out of over 2,000 boxes in 7 minutes. You guys are on your own. Flesh and Blood, again, I'm going to mention it because you guys, if I don't, are going to just ask me the same questions over and over. Yes, Flesh and Blood High Seas. Yes, we are doing the exclusive promo that we've done in every single Flesh and Blood set in over 5 years since the company was formed. We are staying the course. Nothing has changed. Yes, the demand is going to be extraordinarily high. I have some Flesh and Blood videos coming, not just box openings, but yes, I've seen the heroes. I've seen some of these hidden gold pack things with old cold foil. There's all kinds of things happening. And yes, it's going to be an absolute monster release. And I warn you all with the Flesh and Blood, it's going to sell out and it's going to go up in price. Because the company is unbelievably hardcore. With the print runs, I've literally asked for months about reprinting the Hunted and giving me a couple pallets or anything to just sell. And it ain't happening. It is what it is. They are very firm. They know what they're doing. They believe in what they're doing. And sorry, Game Piece Army, the cards are not going to zero, and the wheel in the sky is going to move forward. That is the Flesh and Blood situation. Some small news and everything. Hopefully next month, I'm trying to get a Wave 2 and some more one-piece boxes for OP10 to run a sale either next month or the month after, because I only got like 120 boxes. But then I was able to get another 150 boxes, and now I'm trying to get another 200 boxes from the West Coast and pay long-distance freight shipping, and I'm trying to get more OP10 so I can actually run a sale, not just one little box kind of thing. I already ran the OP8 sale for One Piece. I think I have an OP7 sale to run, right? Those the yellow boxes? Or the blue ones? I think the yellow boxes. Or the green ones? Yellow. So that is coming up. And then, of course, I have my one last small sorcery sale with some sample cards and graded alpha cards, which is coming in the next 60 days also. And yes, I think if you're in this industry long term, I'm going to leave you guys on this last comment. If you're in this industry long term, you understand a few things. Number one, when you're getting ready to walk into the valley of the shadow of cardboard, and it's going to be a high demand, high stress release, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, Destined Rivals, Team Rocket. Oh my god, you guys, calm down. Yes, I'm going to run a sale. Yes, it's going to sell out. The order's going to be limit 2 booster boxes. I'm going to take, 10, 20 bucks off TCG Player, and I don't know. It may be a little bit different. I'm considering some alternative options because I'm hearing rumors. I don't know. Is it listed on TCG Player? I don't think it's listed on TCG Player, but I'm hearing rumors, and I'm seeing listings on eBay. I think it was eBay, where people are selling and items are selling out at over $300 to $330 a box for Destined Rivals. That's just, it's getting a little, that's just scary to me. But then again, I said the same thing with Surging Sparks, said the same thing with Journey Together. Well, Surging Sparks never dropped. It went from the 140 release to 180 to 200 to 220 to 250, and now it's like 270 with tax. Journey Together was 260, it's down to like 220, 230 with tax. I mean, the market sets these numbers, and the only way for these prices to go down is if people just don't buy it. But if people are listing boxes of Final Fantasy collectors for $700 and they're selling out, or they're listing Destined Rivals for $320 or something and it sells out, people say it's worth that. So it's a very extreme situation right now. I have to admit, in the 20 years I've been doing this, 10 years on YouTube, I almost didn't say it. You guys didn't remind me. Fuck, I almost didn't say it. I have to admit, in all the time I've been doing this, this is by far the most extreme Pokemon market I've seen. And I don't know what that means long term. I don't know how long. I thought by now we would see a little bit more return than normal, but we're still not seeing that. And I mean, with announcements of like reprints of things, prismatic evolutions. I mean, hopefully it's not triple the price and everybody gets one box. I even with announcements of reprints or like even when Mr. P, SVO2, and SVO, all these things were printed. SVO3, Obsidian Charlizard, nobody wanted it. Like they reprinted these sets, didn't do anything. Like the price dropped for like 15 minutes. So I don't know. I'm not sure how. If Destined Rivals is selling for $350 a box, then shit. I mean, if it comes out and then there's cards and chase cards and illustrator cards and secret cards, and if there's hit cards in this thing that are $100, $200, $400, $500 a card, I mean, yeah, I get why it's a $300 box. You can't have $100 Pokemon boxes where you open it and I'm like, oh wow, this box I got a $400 card. Let's open the next one. Oh, I didn't get a $400 card. I only got two $100 cards. Like, and then if you grade it, then people double the price again because they get a 10 or a 9.5 premium. It's like it's so wonky, man. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching today. I hope you guys have a beautiful day out there. Just a shill for myself, friendly reminder as we go into the weekend here at the end of April. I got some really cool patron sales. I told you guys in the other video, I am going to be selling some of my collector boxes, Adventures Forgotten Realm. Take a little discount off market. You guys can buy 2 little boxes, or you can buy a case of 6, or whatever you want there. And the more you buy, the bigger your discount. So I am going to do that to level up my inventory. I told you guys I have over 3,000 boxes of Adventures Forgotten Realm collectors, and my goal is usually keep around that 1,000 to 1,500, which usually what I keep on like Wilds of Eldraine, some of the other sets. So when I get one that's off, she's too top heavy, I'm trying to equalize that. So in the future, when I run variety sales, I can do 1-1-1. What else? So I'm going to have an Adventures Forgotten Realm collectors, a little 2021, couple year throwback. If you guys are interested in that, that's great. If not, well, Rudy, just tell me to F off and just, send me a message and say, Rudy, you're cute. Ah. All right, so what else we got coming up here? I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. Other than that, have a great day, everybody. Beautiful world out there. Hope everyone's having a good time. Always remember, life is what you make of it. If you think everything's coming to an end, the world's ending, well, your state of mind, you're probably going to have a more difficult life. Always push forward, do the best you can, surround yourself with good people, stay away from just absorbing negative drama on just people and other people and influencers and stores and people in your life. It'll help you on a better, healthier direction, physically and mentally and everything, okay? Did anybody do the $1 million buyout yet? Did anybody ever do that? Is anybody ever going to do that? Like take $1 million, do like the largest buyout in Magic history? Is anyone ever going to do that kind of thing? God, that'd be fucking fun. Somebody should seriously do that. Like a new card or an old card or a vintage card or somebody should take something. Maybe a box or a card or a set. Does anybody do anything? That's too scary. L. Penis.